Hey guys, it's your favorite Downabout here, and welcome to a new inverse battle. The Gargantuans versus Zilla. IDW versus IDW. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please comment down below, like and subscribe, and let's begin. So, very simple. We're going to just break this down, and believe it or not, there's not going to be too much scaling in this one because they actually scale kind of relative to each other. We're really going to just show how, I guess, who performs better against who. Now, the Gargantuan brothers are actually ridiculously strong, but what have they done? Well, let's list it off. Now, pretty much scaling to each other as they fight each other all the time here, the Gargantuan brothers were actually able to overpower, well, or at least Goriah, who's the green one, was able to overpower Varen, actually being able to not only go toe-to-toe with him consistently, but was actually able to somewhat overpower him. Hey, Churros King, I think you might be a little happy on this one since you're a certified Varen hater, but again, he got bit and then just slammed into the ground. Crazy, ain't it? Now, Varen, oh wait, now you actually might hate this, never mind. Varen has actually showed relativity to Rodan, if not slight superiority, because again, while I do think Rodan is the faster of the two, Varen's definitely physically stronger. But again, Rodan was no pushover in this fight, not at all. But again, he showed relativity to Rodan pretty easily. Now, this is important because, again, the Trilopods are also involved here. Well, sorry, this battle also will involve the Trilopods because, again, we also have to look at the performance against them. So, sorry about that. So, when they went against the Trilopods here, they had to actually jump a few of them quite frequently, with Sanda actually being overpowered by a base Trilopod. Yeah, that's not a good look, in all honesty. And again, yeah, Goriah came to save him, but again, at the end of the day here, they were not only beaten by these Trilopods, or at least overwhelmed here, but eventually they got captured. But I know what you guys probably came here for. The Godzilla encounter, right? The fight back combo. Now, believe it or not, Sanda and Goriah actually won this encounter. Again, if y'all can't see it, I'm quoting it. They won this encounter. Now, they actually did pretty good. Dodging the atomic breath, actually being able to bite and tear through Godzilla. Yo, Goriah's low-key trying to rip open his chest though, like on the top panel. Like, dude is got no chill. And again, they actually win it by slamming a gas canister over Godzilla's head, and he has to retreat because of the pain of the burn. Now, let's go over to my boy, good old Zilla, the 1998 Redemption arc. Now, believe it or not, Zilla actually starts off fighting Godzilla. I know, crazy, ain't it? And believe it or not, he's probably one of the more consistent monsters to dodge Godzilla's atomic breath, even when in a compromised position. And the thing is, though, he did it very consistently, even dodging it before it could actually hit him, and just straight up like, wait a minute, I think I hear something coming at me. Let me just, I'm going to just move real quick, like, just move over here. And again, he burrowed so fast that by the time Godzilla launched his atomic breath, he was gone. He was gone. It couldn't hit him. It couldn't. And that brings us to our next ability. Other than Zilla's high battle intelligence here, he has his burrowing capability. Alright, so Zilla being able to not only outmaneuver Godzilla on a couple of occasions here, but is actually able to get around him, slash him, and actually being able to tank attacks from him very well. And keep in mind, that tail slap is going to be pretty important because, that is what knocked out Goriah. So, yeah. Using his burrowing capabilities, he's actually used this to collapse the ground underneath opponents. And it's very, very questionable what he would have did, like, to Godzilla after this, because we just see him kind of looking down there like, yeah, I got you. But then again, military came in, did his thing, and here's how he actually lost, right? So, when he was fighting Godzilla, and the military actually came in to distract him for a little bit, again, the military was targeting both of them, but again, it's just happy-go-lucky coincidence, right? And this is what happens. Godzilla actually has to outsmart, ooh, excuse me, I don't know what that was, outsmart him and get the drop on Zilla in order for him to win. Now, how did Zilla do against the Trilopods? Very simple. Zilla was able to beat a Trilopod Godzilla, a Trilopod or a Godzilla Amp Trilopod, excuse me, and was able to kill it. Keep in mind, this was beating up Jet Jaguar, who was able to go toe-to-toe with Gigan. And even knocked out Godzilla with one punch, so, yeah, that's actually pretty crazy here. And again, Zilla has shown to be able to not only manhandle, but rip apart Trilopods. And then going on to help the other Godzilla monsters or the Earth Defenders team, the Trilopods were matching their clone components. You even had a Titanosaur Trilopod, which was blowing back Godzilla and Variant with his hurricane ability, and Zilla straight up speeds past them, rushes, and then begins to rip apart the Titanosaur Trilopod. So, without further ado, I think that wraps it up for both of them here. And, yeah, I actually do like this battle a little bit. It's one of my first few 2v1s. And believe it or not, here's the thing. When it comes to the encounters with both Godzilla and the Trilopods, the Gargantuan brothers are looking a little less fortunate than Zilla here, which is unfortunate because the Gargantuans actually do perform very well, not only against each other, but other monsters. Am I saying they're the weakest members of the Earth Defenders team? No, not at all. But when it came down to it, they actually had to use everything at their disposal, kind of just throwing everything at Godzilla to see if it works. Now, again, they had that good tag team. But again, once Godzilla really got a hold of one of them and started, like, beating on one, it was just about over. Meanwhile, with Zilla, Godzilla actually had to use his intelligence. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, I don't know what that was. Godzilla actually had to use his intelligence and actually ambush another monster. Something that Godzilla, it's not very common. But again, in the Trilopod situation, the Gargantuan brothers also don't fare well either. As again, Zilla is ripping apart Trilopods that show relativity to monsters that they were struggling against. Garaya struggling against Varan, and again, Zilla tore apart a monster that Varan and even Godzilla were slightly struggling with. Now again, yes, this is slightly tired Godzilla, but again, you guys get my point, right? And again, if Zilla is performing far more admirable or far better in feats compared to Sanda and Garaya when it comes to the Trilopods and Godzilla, then it makes it very clear who wins this matchup, right? Now, you might say, oh, well, it's a 2v1, right? Okay. Now, this is where Zilla's burrowing comes in. What's to stop Zilla from pretty much isolating them or getting them in a comparable position to where he could burrow underneath one, take them out, focus on the other one to take that specific one out, and then go back and finish the other one? Because, again, they haven't dealt with anything or any other monster that's just as intelligent as them. Now, again, I'm not saying Godzilla's stupid, but again, the Gargantuans should be, like, far smarter than Godzilla here. And again, with his burrowing speed, with him having better reaction and combat speed comparable to Godzilla himself and Godzilla's atomic breath here, yeah, I think it's very simple here. Zilla takes this, and I would probably have to say low difficulty. But hey, let me know what you guys think down below. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and share it with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I'm going to bed, y'all. Peace.